All right guys, today I want to shoot a video on early extension. I want to explain what it is, why we do it, and how to remedy it. So what we usually see in early extension, or what I see in my lesson tee every single day, is I see golfers of all different abilities, when they're coming down, their pelvis is working inward towards the ball. As this is happening, as the pelvis goes in, their spine, their inclination to the ground is changing rapidly. And what I see is they're doing this as a saving grace or as a coping mechanism. So what does that mean? That means that the shaft is out of position. For whatever reason, for some reason, as they come down, the shaft usually gets, the number one reason would be the shaft gets too steep, too vertical. That's what I see, right? And so the shaft's here, their body recognizes that they're standing at right angles to the ball's on the ground or the turf. They have no way of kind of, getting that club to land on the ground nicely, so they start standing up. It's beyond their control. That starts shallowing the club, lowering it to the ground. It's their only way to get that ball to start on the intended target. It's their only saving grace. Again, sometimes golfers do that. They release the club too early, they swipe across it. So it can lead to a bunch of mishits, poor start lines, etc., etc. So things that I see when golfers are doing this is the parts that I look for, is one, I check them out at address. I make sure their tailbone is not outside of their heels. Usually if there's an imbalance with the weight at address, they'll try to correct that balance during the golf swing and start working their pelvis inward and get the weight on the toes. So that would be one of the reasons. Another reason that I see is they'll start taking the sweet spot of the club in their backswing and they'll start working it inside, possibly open here, and there'll be a lot of lifting to the top. And as they lift to the top, that sheer momentum will take the golf club, bring it steep, and they'll kind of early extend and come out. The number three reason, or the third reason that I see people early extend, is that at some point in this backswing, they'll get the face too open, too hanging down. So they'll try to remedy that by kind of coming out and over it, get steep again, weight on the toes and across. And another reason that I see is just usually a lack of depth to the handle or to the hands here. And what does that mean? That means a lot of golfers, when they go to the top of their backswing, they either just arm it to the top and they don't turn enough, so the handle is not far enough or deep enough away from the ball. So they're already in position where they're going to kind of come too vertical or too steep. So we'd like to see those golfers get a little more depth to the top of their backswing, where they really feel like the handle's further from the ball. That kind of incentivizes them or promotes or increases the probability of that club kind of being in a shallow position. So if you're a golfer who early extends, a great exercise for you to do is kind of throw a ball down on the ground, maybe get a mirror behind you here or turn your camera on, kind of wind up to the top and start putting that club in a much shallower position at each segment of your downswing. And kind of look in the mirror a little bit, kind of see what that is, and you're going to start feeling and sensing like you're incentivized to do something different, right? You can even start making some chipping motions when you're doing this. You can go to the top and kind of shallow that club at different segments and then kind of swing down. And I think what you'll start to see, both in the mirror or in your camera, is that you start to retain your angles a lot deeper into your downswing. So the next time that you're at your practice facility, give some of those ideas a try and let me know what you think.